Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a super fun video planned for you today. I'm going to reveal our top picks for baby names for this baby number 3. So when you are seeing this, I will be 23 weeks along with our third child, and we were having a girl and could not be more excited for her arrival in September. Now, if you clicked this video thinking that this was a baby name reveal, I'm sorry, you're going to be disappointed. We are not revealing her name just yet, but we will be revealing it in a few weeks. So check back for that special video. So if you haven't already, please hit subscribe, give me the thumbs up, and I hope you enjoy. Now, my husband and I joke that if we were having a third boy, which we would have been very excited for, that child would definitely be nameless. It was so hard just to come up with a few short names that not only paired well with our last name, but also a name that we both agreed on. But nonetheless, we do have a short list, and I will go through them all with you now. So first on the list, and probably the name that we would have selected had this been a boy, is Matthew. Very traditional, not overly unique or trendy, but just simple and classic, and we actually both really liked it. Now, second on the list, and probably the name that I was pushing for a middle name with Matthew, was James. Again, super classic, traditional, and I actually just really like it. So Matthew James is probably the name that we would have gone with had we been told we were having a boy. Next on the list is Jackson. We almost used this name for Mason when we were pregnant with him. We loved it, and we were honestly going back and forth between Mason and Jackson for several months before we decided just to go with Mason. We're obviously so happy with our choice, but we still really like Jackson as well. So that's also on the list. Typically, when choosing a name, we both like names that have a nickname, which is a little ironic because the name we chose doesn't necessarily have a nickname, but I love Jack as a nickname for Jackson, so that was on the list as well. And then we have Weston, which I love. Greg wasn't a big fan of, and it doesn't necessarily pair well with our name, but absolutely love the name Weston. Really like the name Hunter. Hunter was a name that I was pushing for when we were pregnant with Gavin, and Greg didn't necessarily bite, but it's still on my list. And then lastly, Liam. Now, we know a lot of Liams. There's one in our family, so we weren't going to go with this, but it's definitely a name that I really like and he kind of liked too. So we have Matthew, James, Jackson, Weston, Hunter, and Liam. So we will not be using any of those. We are, of course, having a girl, but those are our top picks for baby boy names. And now for girl names. So many of these names on this list I am still obsessed with. It's just, we're only having one baby. We could only pick one, and we had a good list of girl names, and it was actually a lot easier for us to pick a girl's name than it would have been for a boy's name. Now, the first name on the list is one that I have been obsessed with for years. I thought 100% if we were having a girl, this was going to be her name, but the more I said it, I just didn't picture it as a member of my family. But I still love the name, and I'm still like holding on to it, and I'm just obsessed. So the first name on our list, and one that I just love, is Summer. Just saying it, I just love it. I think it's such a beautiful name. It's not very common, not overly used, and I just think it's gorgeous. So we will not be having a Summer in our family, but maybe you can pick it for your little one because it is just a perfect name. Second on our list is Avery. I think that has become a little more popular in recent years, but again, it's not overly common, and Greg really likes it as well. So I think it's hard to find a name that both husband and wife can agree on, but Avery was one that we both really, really liked. Next on the list was probably the name that we were going back and forth with the most, and it was our second pick. And if we didn't select the name that we did pick, we were going to pick this. And that name is Bailey. Again, not very common, but beautiful. I love it. My husband loved it, and we were very close to naming our little girl Bailey. I think it's such a sweet name. It doesn't necessarily have a nickname, but I don't think it needs one. It is so cute on its own. Now the next name on our list is Halley. Very similar to Bailey, but it's one that my husband really liked, and I think it's a very pretty name as well. It didn't make my top 3, but it's definitely on our top 5 or 6. So Halley was one as well. The next one on our list is Alexis. Like Summer, Alexis is a name that I have loved for years and years and years, and I love the nickname Lexi. I've always just kind of thought of us, if we had a little girl, naming her Lexi, and I think it's really sweet. But we have a close friend that recently had an Alexis, and while I think that it's totally fine to, you know, use that name as well, I wanted to go with something different, and we are so excited about the name that we chose. So Alexis will not be the name of our little girl. And lastly, number 6 on the list is Emma. Super simple, very classic, and just a beautiful name as well. So we definitely like shorter names, clearly 1 or 2 syllables, but Emma is just a really sweet name that we both agreed on. So for girls, we have Summer, Avery, Bailey, Halley, Alexis, and Emma. So that's going to do it for this video. I hope this provided you with some ideas for your little one as well if you are expecting. I would love to hear which name you guys liked the best for both boy and girl. So drop those in that comment section. Give me the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And please come back in just a few weeks when we reveal the name of our sweet baby girl. Bye.